Hey, what's going on, guys? Poison Rain here, and welcome to another tutorial. I have in front of me a tunnel bore, and some of you who are more familiar with the channel are like, but you've already done a tunnel bore tutorial. Well, not one that fires 10 TNT per second, meaning that within 1 second, if I had 10 of these modules chained out, all of those would fire within 1 second. They'll drop TNT, and then after the timing is done, it'll launch them, and they'll all get launched within 1 second. So yeah, that's what I mean by fires 10 TNT in a second. The materials for this is quite simple, and it's quite cheap actually. It's 42 slime blocks. This is for the engine. I forgot to mention. This is for the engine, and these first two modules here, which go all the way to this redstone block. So, got 42 slime blocks, 28 honey blocks, 23 observers, 18 solid blocks, 13 sticky pistons, 12 pistons, 4 redstone blocks, 2 glazed terracotta, 2 dispensers, 2 walls, 2 hoppers, 2 chests, 1 fence gate, and 3 obsidian are optional for when you are building it. They will not be necessary, of course, when you're using it, because this machine moves and will leave that obsidian behind. For extensions, it's going to be by a 2 module basis due to how this thing is set up. It is, and it's also for reliability. If you do not do it with two modules, you do risk having flying machine get stuck more and more often. You need 34 slime blocks, 24 honey blocks, 8 observers, 8 sticky pistons, 4 redstone blocks, 4 solid blocks, 2 dispensers, 2 walls, 2 hoppers, 2 chests. And then per module, it is, you can have 2,624 TNT due to there being a chest, a hopper, and a dispenser. See? This is per module basis, and as a recommended, I would have a minimum of 64 per module. Enough with the introduction. Time to show it working, and then we'll get into the actual building tutorial. So this one, as well as just like the other tunnel bore, has a semi-auto and an auto mode. So this is semi-auto. It'll just fire once. Let's do it again. And then, of course, automatic mode, all you have to do is remove this honey block here. And, yeah, let's activate it. So you're going to want to start off with the holding cells. So the first thing you want to do is go to Y10, and this is going to be the floor. You're going to want to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th block will be the bottom of your launcher. Of course, just like in the last one, you're going to need to go back 10 or 12 blocks away from the wall. So you have to dig out that manually. And then after that, you will go over 2 slime blocks, up 1, up 1. Then you're going to need a solid block here and here. So then you're going to want a dispenser here, a wall here, hopper here, chest here. And then the spacing between them will be 1, 2, 3 blocks. And then on the 4th one is the start of the next one. After that, we will just build the next one, and yeah, you'll build all of these first, And once you have built them, we can start working on the engine. With the last tunnel bore video, I now know, because people like to ignore the intro and outro because they think that it means nothing, which on tutorials, actually, if you're paying attention to this part, tutorials, intros, and outros sometimes hold the most important information that you could have when operating the machines and equipment that you're supposed to be making. The outro of this video shows you how to properly operate and maintain this machine. If you do not heed to what I am saying now and you ignore the outro, I don't care if you stop when I say that's it for this video, but watch up to that point at least. Because if I see a comment that says, what do I do when I run into water or lava? I will not answer because it's answered in the video. Next thing you want to do is go out 3 blocks, and that one will be a solid block on the end. The rest need to be removed. Then an observer facing its power this way. After that, you'll need an observer here, and a piston not facing down, but facing out like that. Then along the top here, or top or bottom, don't matter, 5 slime blocks and 5 honey blocks, and then again the same procedure here with observer, piston, solid block, observer, and yeah. Next you want to draw back 2 blocks here, and this, 3 blocks, and this will be a solid block here, the piston here and here, filler block there to place an observer there, and an observer here. So then you're going to want to put honey here, here, and here, a sticky piston here, an observer here, and then slime that goes out to here. Then you're going to want to go, so this is the first pulling extension. You're going to want 2 honey blocks out like this, and then a sticky piston, slime block, sticky piston, slime block, sticky piston, slime block, until there are 7 sticky pistons. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then in the end, you're going to want this, this, and that. You're going to want a solid block here, observer, piston. Then the next one is going to be 2 blocks out, observer facing up, piston here, no, piston there, thank you. And then 2 blocks out, solid block, observer, piston. Then the next thing is going to be this. This is where one of your obsidian will come into play, by the way. I would highly recommend using an obsidian at this spot here, placing it here until you're done building. Because now we're getting into a point where these sticky pistons here can fire off and just leave other sticky pistons behind. So first observer goes like that. The second one goes like that. The third one is here. Fourth one here. No. Fifth one here. So the next thing you want to do is a slime block here, then a solid block, then your 2 glazed terracottas, then another solid block, then an observer here, piston here, observer facing up like this, 2 slime blocks, sticky piston. Then next you're going to want to have a slime block here, sticky piston here. This is where you're going to want to make use of another piece of obsidian. Then a piston here, slime block here, honey here, 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 here. So where you're going to want to take use of your last obsidian. And then a observer here. You're going to need a block underneath so you can place your fence gate. Next you're going to want 3 honey blocks like this, 2 solid blocks like that, an observer, piston, 2 blocks out, then a solid block, 4 solid blocks, then a honey, an observer, a honey, and a piston. Then from here, you're going to want to put 2 redstone blocks in here, 2 sticky pistons here. Keeping up with the theme with slime on the bottom, you pull out a slime from there, go out 2 blocks this way, so that you got a 3 block long slime here. And your slime, you should draw it back 3 blocks, so that is 1 block behind the sticky piston here. Next, you're going to want to place a sticky piston here, an observer here, and yeah, this is the 1-tick chain. I will have it linked up in the top corner. So if you want to check it out and understand how this works, then yeah, that explanation is in that video. But back onto this, we have a honey block here, and then and then you're going to copy this to here, the next layer, with the opposite block used, and then you'll pull out 2 blocks like this, and 2 more redstone blocks. And that is all for that first list of items. I'm on a different world, so I cannot use those or use that book to show you what I mean, but yeah, it's that first page. So because people do not like to stay for the outro and the intro, I'm gonna throw this straight in the middle of the tutorial because this is an important detail. If you want help, do not say in the comments, "It doesn't work." That does not help me. I need symptoms and preferably pictures. So if you want to get help, and instead of just dismissing this thing as it doesn't work, because I can guarantee that unless pistons physics get changed entirely to the point where flying machines will never work again, no matter what flying machine, even a one-way, this tunnel bore will work every single time. It will work in 116, it will work in 117, 118, 119, 120, all the way forever and ever, unless pistons get broken entirely, or Mojang screws with the hitbox of TNT. In that case, tunnel bores won't work, period. And even that's an if, a very big if. This thing will work for all time and eternity. If you need help, join the Discord and I can help you there. The Discord link is in the description. Back with the tutorial. And now we're on to what is the second page. So again, you're going to want to repeat these 1-tick chains. We'll do one of them unmodified and not doing anything. And then we'll have the next one in it the rest of the honey, and 2 blocks of redstone. And then here we're going to want 2 pistons here. And then 2 blocks in front, we'll have this, we'll have a slime. And on top of it, a honey. Then we'll go back until this slime structure is 6 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that it has reached that, I'm going to put an observer here and a piston here. And then we'll do the same thing with the honey here. Except here, we're going to put a solid block and an observer. And then over here, we're going to have an observer here, piston here, and an observer facing power straight into the piston. And then you'll do that from here all the way to here, over and over again until you reach the end of your machine. When deciding how long to build your machine, of course, refer to your world's simulation distance. I have this one set down to 4 chunks because I set it for the infinitely expandable tunnel bore video, and I never changed it back. But yeah, if you got 6 chunks, 12 chunks, just build it however long you want. I'm going to finish this up and get the 6th one, or the 5th and 6th one in, and I will show you that it does indeed work. If you're on a realm, you're automatically set to 4 chunk simulation distance. If you're on a server and you're unable to see what the simulation distance is, you're not able to see the world settings, then ask a moderator. They'll be able to tell you. At the very end here, you don't need these last 3 blocks, well, technically 6. You just need this observer here, and it will function fine. Matter of fact, if you were to have these 3 blocks here, it would actually break these last 2 modules, and it would get stuck behind, or get left behind. And so you would just be left with, actually, it would eventually just break the whole machine, because then once this moves up enough, the walls will start hitting this, and then this will stop, and then down the chain it goes. So yeah, do not put these last 3 blocks on the end. It will break your whole machine. But yeah, if you think you can get cheap and put 2 pistons here and just mirror this thing, that will cause the tunnel bore to be uneven, as the TNT from this blast will affect this TNT enough to where it moves far enough to where it starts leaving blocks behind to a point where it becomes sort of unbearable. And now that you're done, you can remove your obsidian and you can fire it off. Just realized something. Can't launch if there's no TNT. So yeah, that's an important step. Now that I'm done with that, we can now see that it actually shoots TNT out of this last one because I actually put TNT there. Let's shoot it in automatic mode. I need honey block. And it should start tearing into the wall. Yep, there goes the first block. And now it should start doing some actual damage to the wall. Yep, there it goes. We'll back up a little bit. So during its first entrance, things can be a little bit more volatile. You need to be more mindful of blocks in this roof here. Though it seems this one is behaving much better than most of my tunnel bores. So that's nice. I'm going to do a full drive into the hole, meaning this back section here will be underneath these blocks here. And once I do that, I'll get back with you guys and Show you guys, it is a very effective digging tool. Glad I'm still recording. That was a very good example on how you're supposed to maintain this machine. Okay. So, if you are in automatic mode and you notice water and you notice it a little too late, you're gonna have issues where the TNT is not blowing up any blocks anymore. So what you have to do is you've got to, if you are too late to it, as in my case, it's 1 block too close, you will tear out everything in this area here, and you will have to clean it up. And once you have got it to where it's all back to the wall, backed up like this. Alright, now that I'm done, you can now move it forward and continue it on its merry way. You will do this for if you run into lava, water, or if gravel starts to pile up closer to the machine. If I'm running this in automatic mode, if gravel starts falling, I automatically stop it and inspect how much gravel. Yep, there's some gravel. Yeah, and I inspect how much gravel's coming down, and see if it could be an issue. Like in this case, it is not going to be an issue because it stops, but if it keeps going with gravel, it will be an issue. I have had gravel go up to 40 blocks high and actually break a tunnel bore. So yeah, keep an eye out for gravel, keep an eye out for water, and keep an eye out for lava. It's all the way in. I consider it a successful drive. And we have no blocks left over, though it looks like we may have one here. But it's still within blast range, so it might get dealt with. I don't know. But yeah, if it does continue to move back, and you notice it, deal with it. That is how you operate it. And that is how you maintain this thing so it doesn't break on you or blow up itself. So it'll be sad. If this is your first time building it, build it in a creative world. Make sure you understand what problems could arise and where you miss what parts of the tutorial you miss more easily. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you found it helpful, hit the like button as well. If you want to keep up with this kind of stuff, sticky stone. I also do redstone and farms. I've just recently gotten to farms. I have a cobblestone farm and a sugarcane farm ready to go, and I just need to make the videos for them. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you want to keep up with it, hit the notification bell. Yeah, if you want to join my Discord to talk about stuff that is about technical Bedrock Edition, then go ahead and join that. Invite link is in the description, as well as if you had problems, as I stated earlier in the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a nice day.